Hey guys, what's up? It's Sean, Autotopia LA. Today we're getting into something completely different for us. That's right, this monster right here, which is about to head over to Saudi Arabia, where predictably it'll be sold to some very wealthy prince, sheik, something of that nature. But this is a full-blown, all-wheel drive trophy truck. The guy that built it and raced it is here with us, Nick Nelson, and we're gonna dig deep into the details of this, find out what he built. I warn you now, keep your hand close to the volume because when he fires it up, it is gonna get loud. So all I can say at this point is, you know, man, hold on, because here we go. All right, you guys, this is Nick Nelson. Not only did Nick race this truck, but here's the cool part. Nick built this thing ground up, so we're gonna dig in and find out all the cool detail stuff about it. So it's a trophy truck.
It's a trophy truck. It's one of the only all-wheel drive trophy trucks. There's a handful right now, they're modern, that are in existence, and this is one of them.
And you did this, I overheard you saying to Dennis, you did it in 2014 was when you built this?
Yeah, the truck went together in 14, it was ready to race in 15.
Wow.
And so we decided to take the hurdle on and see if we could make this four-wheel drive trophy truck legit and make it work and make it solid. Because
traditionally it doesn't work in trophy trucks, right? Is there typically two-wheel rear?
Yeah, they've been two-wheel drive for a long time. Guys back in, over the years have always kind of dabbled in four-wheel drive and tried to make it happen, but it was never, the parts weren't there, the reliability wasn't there.
Yeah.
So we spent a lot of time racing King of the Hammers and getting in the rocks in the four-wheel drive, and the cars just they handled terrible with straight axle, and we tried to put bypasses. So we set out to take trophy truck parts and build A-arms and try to figure out how to make that work. And once we got a real good understanding of that after a couple of years, we decided to take that and throw it at a desert truck and see if we could make that happen and really step up.
Got it. So walk us through what all's here? You said it's an LS motor.
It's 471 cubic inch LS. Okay. It's got Chevrolet DR heads, the drag race heads, big valve.
Okay.
So it makes about 900 horse at 471 inch, 14-1. It's got a Gearworks Turbo 400, all trophy truck stuff, Wiseman transfer case, Wiseman front diff, and then the Gearworks trophy truck 10-inch in the rear with an ID Designs housing.
Okay. And the chassis, is this all you?
Yeah, we did the chassis in-house. Michael Kraling helped me with the design and SolidWorks and stuff, and I built the truck, myself.
Wow, man.
So everything's fixtured, was like I said, designed in SolidWorks, and it's got 20 inches of front travel with the four-wheel drive, and 30 in the rear. Okay. 3-inch coilovers all around, big 4-inch bypasses in the front, and 5 1/4 big bypasses in the back.
Got it. Okay. It's just such a monster. Plus, I can't wait for you guys to hear this thing when he fires it up. I'm warning you now. Hand on the volume so you can turn it down a little bit and back up.
Or you just turn it all the way up.
Yeah, right. Just crank it up and blow out your speakers. What's exhaust? Because that's massive.
Yeah, so it's 2-inch primaries into 4-inch, 4-to-1 collectors.
Got it.
Yeah, it's all equal length. I did all the headers. We built them in-house as well. Everything in the truck pretty much, aside from drivetrain parts, were built in-house.
That's just crazy, dude. I can't imagine being able to build it all and then drive it like you do.
It was kind of like one of those dream things like we've always joked about or wanted to do, and finally we're like, let's just do it and make it happen. So we jumped in and here it is.
Yeah. Is there any reason for the color? Is it just what you like?
No, we just threw some color on it to go to the Saudi show. Right. Just, it was multiple color, had graphic, had sponsor logos and all the stuff on it, and so we decided to just make it clean, make it simple, throw a little color on it, make it pop, because we'll be doing four-wheel drive drifting demos on asphalt in Saudi. So that way, it gives it pops and gives somebody something to look at.
Yeah.
Just put on a show for everybody.
Yeah. It was hilarious pulling this thing off the trailer, by the way.
She doesn't fit very well. But
they had this thing, you guys, they had this in an enclosed trailer. So there's there's less than an inch on each side for sure.
We used it all.
Yeah, you really did. So for anyone that doesn't know, like me, about trophy trucks, there's 1,000,001 switches here.
There is. So what we try to do everything redundant in the desert and even King of the Hammer series. There's just so many potential failures that can take you out. So we run dual dashes. warning lights on both sides for things like if we lose a dry sump belt, you know, we both get really bright LEDs in our faces.
Got it.
Because sometimes you're buried in dust, you can't even see the hood of the truck inside when you're trying to pass somebody at 100 plus miles an hour in the dust.
Wow.
So you need as much warning and chance to try to save stuff as you can,
right.
or just be on top of temperatures. The cooling system in this is absolutely massive. Ron Davis did a huge custom radiator. It's got 5 big C-Trab coolers, 3 heat exchangers, 114 gallons of fuel. So I mean, it's set to do, we can do 200 miles between fuel stops, and we can fill the truck and, you know, and do tires if we need them in less than a minute.
Really? Wow, that's unbelievable.
So everything's circuit brake, everything's mil spec like you'd see in aircraft, military aircraft.
Right.
So it's all mil spec switches and breakers, redundant GPSs, redundant dashes, redundant fuel pumps. You know, all the stuff that really makes the truck live.
Yeah.
Is redundant. I mean, light switches and stuff like that's all single.
Yeah.
You know, if you lose a light, you lose a light. You know, it is what it is. But
right.
with the breakers, you know, if you have an issue, you can fix the issue and just reset the breaker, where you're not having to carry fuses and try to find all the stuff. You know which breaker, which switch popped, you know where it's at. This truck in 3-foot tall bumps at 115 miles an hour, you can imagine how fast that suspension cycling, and you have effectively thousands of pounds of spring rate when that coil is compressed all the way as it fires back out. Yeah. You know, and so instead of letting the internal components of the shock have to stop, we use the straps to take the load off.
Got it. Okay.
And then you have like a hydraulic bump stop on the compression side to soften the blow again, so you're not putting all the stress on the bolts and the chassis. You're able to slow that hit at full bottom out. You want to give yourself every advantage, and the speeds and the pace that they run these days is just astronomical. The trucks are so fast.
So you're up well over 100 miles an hour going across the desert.
Yeah, the truck will do well over 140 on in the dirt, and it'll do, like I said, 115 in big bumps. You know, just blasting through. You just stand on it.
Wow, completely just like totally mental to me, man. For one, you're gonna definitely hear this. This is your 4-inch coming out.
Yeah, that's the exit right there. A lot of the trucks dump them like in front of the tire.
Yeah.
But when it's really hot outside and you jump out and you got a fire suit and a helmet and your neck restraint and all your stuff, and you're trying to rack a tire and get it swapped real fast, you got exhaust blowing in your face.
Ah, gotcha.
So that was the only reason I decided to turn mine up.
Interesting.
Just to get it out of your way, because I've been here changing the tire like in Mexico, and it's 120 degrees, and you just got exhaust pumping in your helmet. You feel like you're gonna die, you know?
Right.
So any little thing you can, you know, any little trick or advantage you can give yourself to, especially, you know, when you have an issue, to get back running is an advantage. For sure.
And then you guys carry all kinds of extra stuff. Obviously, extra tires.
For sure. Yeah, we carry
Jacks.
two tires on this truck. The King of the Hammers car, we would only carry one. Or like obviously in a short course style race, really short, we don't carry one. We'll take them off.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, we carry a full size jack. A lot of teams carry 2 jacks. They'll run like an air jack and then a backup full jack just in case the air fails. We just run a standard full jack. We have spare drive lines. We carry spare belts. As you see, there's anything that we can fix quickly, we carry on the truck.
Yeah.
Dual batteries, like we talked about, redundancy again, dual GPS antennas. The reason we have 2 GPSs in this truck is because we got a penalty once for taking a wrong turn.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a GPS glitch, and we only had one in the co-driver's seat. And he was like, I lost GPS, and we went up, we were going the right way, and then there were signs, and we got turned around, and we ended up going the wrong way.
Got it.
And so it's a mandatory penalty when you leave the course. And so it cost us a podium.
Wow.
So we learned that hard lesson a couple years ago. So when from the time this truck was built in 14 until now, every truck I have has redundant GPSs.
Got it. Makes sense.
Pay the price.
And you said you podiumed with this, right?
The last time we had this truck out, it was just a smaller race, you know, and it was so we just went out, just put some time on it, make sure the truck was 100%. We just put a new motor in it, did all that. So just want to go get some time on it, make sure everything was good since it's for sale. Yeah. And truck ran flawless all day.
Yeah. Awesome, man. What else back here? God, that's just massive. You said this is 114 gallons?
114 usable gallons of fuel, which we get about 1.8 miles to the gallon. So, you know, that keeps us safely in that 200-mile range right there without having too much to worry about.
Well, we're used to the bad street cars getting like, wow, it gets like 8 miles to the gallon, 1.8. Now, obviously, this thing is very much not street legal, not even close to street legal. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna fire it up, like a quick couple of minutes. We're gonna go out back here, see what this thing's about.
I think it's that time.
Yeah, cool.
Do it.
guys, well, that's it for our shoot with Nick's insane all-wheel drive trophy truck. I mean, if you guys couldn't tell from watching some of the footage, I was definitely taken by surprise at looking up at the sky as he was getting completely sideways with all this crazy travel and stuff. Just what a mind-boggling ride. What an incredible build. I think it's really amazing. Not that this guy can drive like he can drive, that's enough in itself, but that he built this thing, that he's a fabricator and a true builder. I mean, I'm just totally blown away by this, and I gotta be honest, man, at this point, somebody in Saudi Arabia is gonna get very lucky because they're gonna be buying this thing, and it's a barely beat on, barely driven truck. So anyways, you guys, that's it for our shoot. Thanks for hanging and watching and supporting what we do. You know I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next episode. All right, man, later.